7 o'clock right now and I'm walking into school. Yesterday was National Crayon Day, so as a school we are celebrating National Crayon Day. Each class has a different color they're gonna wear, so it's just gonna be a really cute like photo opportunity and it'll be a fun day. Let's get to it. So it's literally just black vinyl and then the outline and then you can use the letters. Okay, on this lovely crayon day, it is now lunchtime. The day has gone by really quickly. I'm having fish sticks and fries and yogurt. What'd I get?
A circle.
A circle.
So you got 10.
Your turn. Popsicle party! I had such a good day today between like all the crayon festivities, like first grade had a popsicle party because they redeemed enough PBIS tickets as a class to earn it. And then we had the class of the month drawing for March where a kindergarten student won and then picked movie juice and popcorn for her class to redeem. And so the students were writing kind sayings on paper and I'll insert that right here.
Go ahead. All right, the winner for this month is...
So basically just promoting like kindness in our school, and that's something that we're really trying to hit hard on, is just making sure that kids are being kind to all of their friends. And then after that, it was time to go home. I had a meeting with my principal and the other member of my tier 2 team. So the third grade teacher and I are the coaches, and then our principal is like a part of our team. Our school psych had to go somewhere else, so she couldn't come. But usually we have meetings today, like discussing students on our tier 2 team. So basically that's like the phase before the referral. So you want to be giving like interventions and stuff that can help the student be successful in the classroom without like special ed referral is like the very last step. And you want to make sure that they've been in tier 2 and that we've literally hit like every avenue known to man before you want to like refer them or anything. But the students that were on the docket for today, we just talked about them at conferences like 2 weeks ago. So we didn't have our meeting today. We just did our survey instead, which is good because that survey, we have things on Friday, which I won't be here for. On Friday, we have a PBIS meeting. All the tier 1, 2, and 3 coaches in the district, as well as some of the principals and stuff will be there. And we're going to be talking about our action plans and like PBIS things that our district is doing and just sharing positive things that have been going on in our school. And generally our school as a whole has a lot of positive things to say about PBIS because it really works well in our school. My day as a whole was really good today. Minor behaviors, a little bit of hitting, a little bit of pinching, but nothing I can't handle. So right now, it's 4:40. I thought maybe I'd finish an IEP, and that's not happening. But I have some parents. So I have parents that are always asking me, either through SPED or for like tutoring, like things that their child can do, things that they could use some work on. And so one thing I'm really good at is I'm good at writing down things that I notice that the student needs work on. Like it's really obvious to me what they need work on, but it's the actual, finding the materials or printing it off. Like I have so many different kinds of, this is crooked. Sorry. I have lots of different kinds of resources and different websites and stuff I use, or like our curriculum as a whole has a lot of really good interventions or extra resources that you can use. But it's just the fact of like finding it all and printing it off. And I know I have a para that most of the time at the end of the day doesn't have much to do, and I could be having her do that too, but I kind of have like a control freak kind of thing where I want to be the one finding it. So that means that I have to actually do it. And so here I am, almost 5 o'clock, still plugging away on things that I maybe could have delegated to someone else, but like I wanted to do myself. Oh well. Okay, I did it. So I've got all my paperwork that my student's parent want. So I'm going to send home simplifying equivalent equations, place value. They really struggle with thousands, 10,000s, 100,000, millions. They just kind of guess their way through it. Converting improper fractions, multiplying fractions. This one's nice. It's equivalent fractions, and it gives the model actually. So I really like that one. It's a good visual tool. Converting decimals to fractions, fractions to decimals, and then mean median mode, which is really easy, so that's kind of a bummer that she doesn't get that at all, and then long division. So I'm gonna try to send home papers like this maybe like once a week, and then their mom can just power through it with them. Their mom really wants them to learn long division as well, so I mean, if mom wants to teach it, that's fine with me. We use a lot of area models and stuff, but if they want to learn long division, and if mom wants to teach long division, then well, go ahead, mom. So it's 5 o'clock now. I need to get my pile in order and then go home and eat some dinner and take my computer and work on an IEP, because I have another one on Wednesday, so I need to get this IEP finished and then start the agenda for the next IEP. IEP after IEP after IEP. That's just how my life goes now. From here to the end of school, it's just IEP eval city. It's so cold out here. I need to go home and crawl into bed. Brr, not a good day to wear sandals, people. Happy Tuesday, friends. I'm feeling so tired. Like, it's hard for me to like drag myself out of the car and go into school. I hope it's a good day. Please let there be no behaviors. Please.
Nachos for lunch.
I literally can't even tell you the last time I had a day this bad. Like, this is probably the worst day I've had this entire school year. I mean, the morning for the most part was fine until about 11 o'clock. I had a student who was having a tough time in art, and he was getting aggressive with his teachers there. And so then he came to me for reading and kind of continued his aggressive behaviors with that. There was, you know, some hitting, some kicking, some minor chair throwing. And then this morning, one of my kids kicked somebody else in the crotch, and so they needed to stay in for recess. So he came into my room during my lunchtime to have his recess. He just sat and read the entire time. But like, that's a half hour where I could have been like sitting and doing nothing or like talking to other teachers. And instead I had another kid in my room who was, you know, mostly quiet but still like making noises and obviously was there. So it wasn't just like me time. And then in the afternoon it was just like mad chaos. I had a student who was in my room for like probably 2 hours just calling things Saurus and Norris. So a rainbow saurus, a pedonorus, a catasaurus. And so he's over in the corner making noises like that, and my other kids are like, just stop, please stop. And that's like stirring the pot. And so eventually he was in the hall, and then he went over to the speech room, and I had him over there in our little turtle box thing, and he had like, I mean, he had the beanbag, he had the weighted blanket, and he was just nonstop Saurus and Norrising. Kind of a headache, and I think some of that's from that. And then foundations was really rocky. I had the same student that was aggressive, was still very aggressive in foundations. And then tutoring tonight. Thank goodness, only like 5 kids came. We decided to play Monopoly because it really wasn't worth doing our stations or rotations with only 5 kids. So it was kind of a low-key tutoring day, and thank goodness, because I really could have used it. It's 4:30 right now. I really could be doing paperwork, or I could be writing an IEP. I have another IEP meeting tomorrow. I don't have the agenda done or anything, but I have like such a headache. I just want to go home and like crawl into bed and do nothing, but like I can't do nothing because I still have stuff I have to do. That's the hard thing about teaching, is it's not like an 8 to 5 job where like I go to Walmart and I'm scheduled 10 to 7 and I leave at 7. Like, I never have to stay unless they ask me, and even if they ask me, like most of the time I can say no, I don't have to stay. But like here, it's like all this stuff I have to do, and if I don't get it done by like tomorrow, well, it'll be a pretty sad IEP meeting if I don't have my crap together. Happy Wednesday, y'all. The pile on my desk is literally so big that it is now currently in the camera screen, so that's not good. I'm sitting here with my lunch. I've got tomato soup, grilled cheese, strawberries, and cherry tomatoes. I just need to really quickly eat my lunch and then get my life together. Last night I went home, ate dinner, went to bed, got up a couple hours later, puked, still had a major headache, went back to bed, and then woke up this morning at my usual 6 o'clock, and I was just fine. So 12 hours of sleep fixes all. Hopefully. Today I have an IEP meeting at 4. Thank God it's at 4 and not right after school, because I'm not ready yet. I don't have my stuff together. I don't have any goals made for this kid yet, so need to get all that together and get ready for the afternoon. We're having an intruder drill this afternoon, and my students haven't practiced at all, so I have to do that too.
Locked on your room immediately. I repeat, locked on your room immediately.
I need help saying insects.
All I want to do is go to Dunkin' Donuts. Look at this disaster, though. Sigh. And the thing about this IEP meeting I just had is it also has a behavior plan that goes along with it, so that's just like extra paperwork. Paperwork for days. So I now have this eval meeting IEP that I haven't finished all the way, because I'm like kind of a perfectionist when it comes to the first time with the parents. I want the eval and paperwork to be like perfect. And then I have this IEP to do, and then I have another one next week, and it's just like IEP, IEP, IEP. And then boom, it'll be the end of the year soon, and I'll be like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do with all my free time without all this paperwork? So it's very bright outside. I'm not used to all this brightness, so my eyes probably are like squinty. But even when I have meetings scheduled so that people have to stay late because our meeting started at 4 and it didn't end till like 4:45 or so, they still leave before me. I really need to learn on how to get out of here earlier, but I'm afraid that in this special ed world that it's hard. And the thing is, like, next week we have state testing, it starts, so it's gonna get crazy around here. Now, most people in my district, they only teach like K1 or 2, 3 or 4, 5, but then there's me who teaches K1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And like, I only have one para, so I still have no idea how we're gonna handle all this testing nonsense because all my students that have accommodations, like some have like separate setting accommodations and all sorts of craziness. And then on top of that, I still have all my other students who are supposed to be getting their regular service times with me. And I don't know how I'm going to make that happen yet. And so that just keeps me up late at night. Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, next week is going to be mayhem. And it really makes me jealous because most of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade teachers, like, they don't really have to lesson plan much next week because their students are going to be testing like so much. And when they're not testing, they're going to be do like fun projects or something. And then like next week is going to be a nightmare for me. And I have an IEP. So it's just like paperwork, craziness, city. Welcome to SPED, folks. It's crazy. Hi, can I get 2 large iced coffees, the coconut caramel with sugar and cream?
Okay. Anything else for you?
Nope, that's it.
Oh, okay, we'll see you right in the window.
I thought about getting the Peeps coffee, but I mean, I don't like Peeps to begin with, and I've heard it's very sugary, so I might like it because it's sugary. Oh, here I am almost waving my credit card around again. So I would like it in the sense that it'd be sugary, but I don't like Peeps to begin with. So if it tastes like real Peeps, then I wouldn't like it. So I'm gonna do my usual, drink 1 coffee now, and then go home and take the ice out and put the other one in the fridge/freezer, and then put it back together tomorrow to kind of have the same thing going on. Coffee is needed on a Thursday morning, especially after this week I've had. Like, it's been crazy. So the Culver's is right next to the Walmart, and even though I was like, okay, going to Culver's for dinner, I literally pulled into the Walmart parking lot because I'm so accustomed to going to Walmart. Like, no, we're going to dinner. It's time for Culver's. So yes, here I am in the Culver's drive-thru. The line is like unbelievable. There's like 5 cars in front of me before you can order, and then there's probably 2 or 3 that are waiting like past the window to get their food. So that's sad because I'm starving. I'll probably get a crispy chicken, and my boyfriend wants, you know, bacon burger or something or other, size large, you know, because he likes to eat just like I like to eat. We're a good couple because we like to eat together. So my day as a whole, off the food topic, the morning was super busy. My university student was there. Usually on Tuesday she's not there, so she wasn't here yesterday. So the kids were like, well, is she coming yet? Is she coming yet? Because they really like her. And it's so nice for me because I had a student that came in this morning that needed help with a math quiz. And so usually in the morning it's my 3 math kids, 1 5th grader, 2 4th graders, and then there's my kindergartner who's working with my para at that time. Now previous to my para, I was attempting to do these 4 students all at the same time, and that was a disaster because how do you teach a kindergartner reading mastery and then do math with 4th and 5th graders at the same time? It was kind of crazy, but yeah, that's my life, crazy. So now I have my para who does the kindergarten stuff, which is great because now I can focus on the math. But today I had a student who didn't finish a quiz yesterday because he was taking too much time, so he had to do the quiz this morning with me. So I'm trying to help him with this quiz, you know, in the most helpfulness that I can, the fact that it's a quiz. And my other 2 students are doing math. And so normally they would be like left to their own devices trying to figure it out themselves while I'm kind of over here with this other student. But I have a college student who comes in. So she came in just in time to help the other 2 students who were working on their math. So that was great. Then after that, I have foundations intervention. You know, that's kind of give or take based on the behaviors of the students. Well, this lady was quick. Okay. Yes. Can I have a crispy chicken sandwich basket with no tomato, add mayo, with onion rings and a root beer?
Anything else I can get for you?
And then also a Culver's double bacon deluxe basket, no tomato, with fries and a large root beer. Thank you. It's pretty sad that 2 sandwiches is $20, but it's so good. People that don't have Culver's like don't understand. Usually I get cheese curds, which is like a whole nother level of awesome, but I didn't get cheese curds this time. So headed up to the window to pay right now. Will not show my credit card off like most times. Like, come on, Monica, learn here. Foundations intervention was fine, and then after that I have LLI, where a kid opened a book, said he sprained his thumb, and then refused to read or write the rest of the time because his thumb was sprained. Yes, that was how my day went today. So that entire class period, the kids were like, it's your turn to read. And the kid's like, no, I can't, it hurts too bad, I need to go to the nurse. I'm like, you're not going to the nurse. And then he wants to drink. If you were really thirsty, your mouth would be parched and you wouldn't be wanting to talk this much, so I think you'll be okay. His mom and his other teachers and I talked about this at parent-teacher conferences, and the mom was like, yeah, you don't need to be getting a drink and go to the bathroom every like half hour. You will survive, you'll be fine. So mom is totally on board with this, thank goodness, because later in the day, this student was calling the word insects. He was saying insexes. And so he came to my room to practice how to say the word, and it ended up staying the last 20 minutes of the day because he couldn't stop saying insexes. Yes, really. It makes me really nervous when I have drink carriers because I feel like one false move and this entire thing is going to spill on top of me or my car, and this is my, pretty new car, so I don't want to be spilling Culver's root beer all over myself or my car. In math, I have a student who's 2 lessons away from finishing connecting math concepts orange, so then we'll move on to green, and so he's just like, it's getting so hard. I'm like, yes, but you're learning, it's getting smarter. And so deep down, I can tell that he's really excited that we're moving on to the next book because he's been on this like and so like deep down, I know he's like super excited because he's been on orange for like so long. And now he's on green. That was just a bunch of kids from my school waving at me. That was super awkward. Oh boy. Can't even go to Culver's without my students getting crazy. Okay, we've now been waiting 7 minutes for our food since this has started filming, and I've totally lost track of what I was saying like 5 times. So distracted. Let's see. And then after lunch, I had a mostly normal day besides like the insexes part. I'm thankful I'm not a middle school teacher, which is funny because in college I was like, I want to teach middle school, it'll be great. Like, now I'm happy where I am. Very happy where I am. So I'm gonna get my food and then I'm gonna shut you guys off, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with my kind of Dunkin' Donuts coffee that hopefully the ice won't be melted because I've waited so long. So I have my food, but I'm waiting for the cars in front of me to move. So look at this tilt. Like, that makes me very nervous. Hopefully we can make, the 3 miles home. Hopefully. Coffee slightly made. Happy Thursday. Let's go to school. So it's 28 degrees right now. The thing about April, at least where I live, is in April they shut all the heat off in apartment complexes. So it's 28 degrees out and there's no heat in the place. So when you wake up in the morning, it is so hard to drag yourself out of bed because it is so cold inside. Thank goodness that today is going to be like a 50-degree day, so that's good. But that means that I'm wearing like capris and sandals, but it's below freezing. So like the mornings are pretty crazy weather-wise around here. And then the afternoon, like kids that didn't wear like sandals or capris are like, my feet are hot, it's too hot. Like, weather in Wisconsin, people. Okay, let's go to school. Okay guys, it's lunchtime now. I'm having cheese sticks, cucumbers, Rice Krispie, and pineapples. I love the cheese sticks here. Even when I was in high school and it was not whole wheat, like that was okay, but the non-whole wheat ones are better, but like this is okay too. As you can see, I should have left a long time ago. I'm still making sub plans. Good thing I have a giant box of chips to keep me company. That's my dinner. And once you like come to grips with the fact that you're not leaving anytime soon, it really doesn't seem that bad to be here until 7 o'clock. I hope I'm not here that late, but if I am, oh well. I finally decided what I'm going to be doing for some of my sub plans. Like, foundations is really hard for a sub to teach, so I always try to do something like writing, crafty kind of thing. So we're gonna do like an Easter craft because everyone at my school basically celebrates Easter, like the whole basket giving, maybe not the actual, like, maybe not like the religious holiday version, but so far that I've seen, everyone here in my small little school celebrates Easter. So this is what some of my students will be doing tomorrow. Just cute little writing, cute little basket that they can make like 3D, and then like what they'll fill it with. So got everything ready for the sub tomorrow. Now I just need to clean everything up and get it in some sort of order. So obviously it's pretty late, like it's past 7, and here I am still at school, like just me, nice and dark. So our meeting tomorrow got canceled because there's so many people in the district that are out, but I'm using it as a testing day because I have so many students going through the evaluation process for SPED right now. So I'm going to Woodcock Johnson test 2 students tomorrow, hopefully finish them up fully because I'll have another one that I have to do really soon too. So got my sub plans together. Look at it, a nice pile. And then that over there. And then that right there. is my pile of things that I'm going to do tomorrow. So it's nice that I'll be here tomorrow and I can kind of get things together for the sub, like some of the discs I used for like connecting math concepts. I can actually put in and like get to the screen that they need, and so that'll be nice. And then if there's any crazy meltdowns tomorrow, I can assist in that as well. Hopefully there won't be any of that, but it will be Friday, and for some reason Fridays are always just chaotic, even though it's library day. And library day is always so great. Okay, so finally going home, probably having mac and cheese for dinner, and then I'll be back here in like 12 hours. Yay!
It's a video and also can be printed out as PDF. This presentation will walk through the entire...
So it's lunchtime now. I just had a grilled cheese and some chili and then a little bar a student gave me, and I have some chips and I've got a Coke, so that's all good. Good lunch choices. I just finished some Woodcock-Johnson testing with the student, and now I'm doing forward testing training where you just watch a 45-minute video, so that's kind of boring. But then after lunch, I'll be finishing up some testing hopefully, and maybe I'll finish all the way with the student, otherwise I'll have to pick it up on another day. But yeah, it's a good day. Still kind of wish we had the meeting because I was looking forward to it, because we've canceled it so many times and I really don't want to reschedule it, but at least my sub was able to stay and I could get something done. So because I wasn't actually at my meeting because it was canceled and I was testing instead, there was times where my two students were not available for me to be tutoring testing, like they were doing like their math curriculum or they were at recess or something, and I'm not gonna pull them from recess. So there was times today when I had a couple spare minutes and I would pop into rooms where some of my kids are, or some other kids that I've been, you know, looking into referring just to observe. And at one point I walked into my room today and I have these chairs that are called worm chairs. They're kind of like cylinders and you can either sit on it like a plain cylinder, or like you can flip it over so it kind of rolls like a rolling pin kind of thing. Well, I walked in and one of my students is standing on it like pretending to surf. Like, okay, pretty sure that's not in the lesson plan, but whatever, they're not injured yet. I hate having subs because I just know that everything runs smoother when I'm there, because like obviously I'm their teacher, so I hate being gone in general. And then just knowing that I made all these sub plans and that they weren't actually getting followed like perfectly to a T. And I have a kid that's working on a cumulative test right now and it's like 6 pages long, and I said like he only has to do like 3 pages, we'll do the rest on Monday, no problem. Well, I walked into the room and this kid is on page 4 of this test when he should have started reading by then. Like, that's kind of frustrating, but okay, whatever. I mean, at least there's a body in the room. My kids are doing something. They're not playing games or napping. But I do know that I have had subs before in the past that could handle it a little better than the way my room was being handled today. But whatever. Nonetheless, everyone survived. It was great. I am headed to Walmart right now. I work 5 to 11, exactly 6 hours. So again, I have to take a lunch, which is annoying because I wish I just worked 5:15 to 11, and I would have more time to A, stop at McDonald's, and B, I wouldn't have to take a half-hour lunch in the middle of it, because when I end up taking a half-hour lunch, I end up wandering around looking for a snack, and I end up getting like chips and a candy and a soda, and I've spent $10 on absolute junk. I'm gonna head to McDonald's to get a little dinner, because that's just the healthiest choice that I could make. Yes, and then I'll be headed to Walmart and hopefully like control myself and not buy any more clothes, because it's so hard working in the clothing section because I just keep buying clothes and shoes. It's so bad, but it's so pretty. The line is not pleasant here at the McDonald's.
I'm sorry about that. Wait, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Just a large Coke and a double cheeseburger.
When I taste tequila, baby, I still see